Making presentations is something that most people have to do in their professional life at some point, and some people really get nervous about getting on stage and speaking to an audience. That's natural. I remember one of the first things I learned about doing presentations was that it's okay to be a little nervous. Of course, it's not okay to be sick with nerves. That's something else. But being a little nervous isn't bad. It's a sign of almost respect for your audience, that this is something that matters to you, and you really want to get it right. So most people understand the basics of a good presentation skills, such as looking at the audience, making eye contact with the audience, modulating your voice so that it's not too monotonous, sticking to the subject, watching your body language so that you're not fiddling with your hair or moving around too much or flapping your arms. Those are things that I think most people would understand. So what we did here at the Gdansk conference was to try to move up a level to the actual deeper structure of presentations, and how to keep the audience's attention, and how to really be more persuasive, and how to carry the audience with you and to convert them to your way of thinking. So we looked at two main techniques, if you like, and the first one was encouraging people to paint a picture in what they do, how they structure the interview, how they structure the presentation. And they need to paint a picture to bring it alive, because a lot of presentations are very dry, they're very heavy with figures and statistics, data. Of course, data is important, and the figures are very convincing as well. But really, to keep the audience's attention, you need to appeal to all the senses of the audience and use not only sight but also hearing, touch, smell, taste, because we all have these senses, and this is a way of engaging the audience. And so rather than just speaking about a venue and saying it has this number of places and this number of square meters, to actually paint a picture with colour and the texture of the carpet and the smell of coffee in the foyer, that brings it alive. And that means that people who are listening to you can identify, they can imagine themselves there, and that's to your advantage, because that makes it much easier to persuade them that that's the venue for your conference. The other piece of advice that we gave was how to tell a story, because fundamentally we're all children and we all love to hear stories. Stories always get our attention, and so there are ways in which speakers can structure what they have to say so that it either is a story or it includes stories. People love anecdotes. People love to hear a story, and that will always get their attention. So stories are good, particularly if they use real people or real examples. You'll always get the audience's attention by saying, this reminds me of a story, I was once in Gdansk, and so on and so on. It makes it real, it gets the attention. So painting a picture with words, telling a story, keeping the audience's attention are great ways of bringing good presentations and taking them and turning them into fantastic presentations.